Welcome, dear listeners. If you seek daily inspiration and spiritual nourishment, consider subscribing to our channel. Here we delve into the depths of prayer, exploring its historical context, spiritual significance, and practical applications. Our community is a tapestry of diverse individuals, all on a journey of spiritual growth. Our shared passion for understanding and embracing the power of prayer unites us. Join our community and enrich your spiritual journey by clicking on the subscribe button. Prayer, a sacred conversation, has the power to transform lives. Imagine having a conversation every day with someone who is always available, always listening, and always eager to offer guidance and comfort. That is the essence of daily prayer. It's not a one-off event or a ritual reserved for Sundays or special occasions. It's a conversation that happens every day, at any time, wherever you are. The beauty of daily prayer lies in its simplicity. It doesn't require any special tools or specific locations. All it needs is a quiet moment and a willing heart. It's a dialogue between you and the divine, a moment of connection that can bring comfort, peace, and guidance. But the transformative power of daily prayer goes beyond these moments of connection. It impacts every aspect of our lives. It shapes our thoughts, influences our actions, and guides our decisions. It's like a compass, always pointing us in the right direction, even when we feel lost. Daily prayer is a tool for personal transformation. It's a process of self-reflection, self-discovery, and spiritual growth. It's a chance to pause, reflect on our actions, and seek guidance. It's an opportunity to express gratitude, seek forgiveness, and ask for strength. Imagine starting every day with a sense of purpose, knowing that you are not alone, that there is a guiding hand leading you forward. Imagine ending each day with a sense of peace, knowing that you have been heard, understood, and loved. That's the power of daily prayer. In the busyness of life, it's easy to feel overwhelmed, lost, and disconnected. But prayer offers a solution. It's a lifeline, connecting us to something bigger than ourselves. It's a source of peace in the midst of chaos, a beacon of hope in times of despair, a source of strength in moments of weakness. Daily prayer can become an anchor, providing stability and strength in the whirlwind of life. It's not just a religious practice, but a way of life, a path to personal transformation. So let's explore this path together, one prayer at a time. Because prayer, a sacred conversation, has the power to transform lives. Daily prayer can become an anchor, providing stability and strength in the whirlwind of life. In the midst of chaos, one can find peace through prayer. This statement, simple yet profound, is the embodiment of a testimony we would like to share today. Picture a woman named Sarah. She had a life that many would describe as chaotic, juggling the demands of a high-stress job, managing a household, and raising 2 young children. Sarah often found herself feeling overwhelmed. The whirlwind of her daily life left her little time for herself, let alone for quiet reflection or prayer. But then, a friend introduced her to the concept of daily prayer. At first, Sarah was skeptical. How could she possibly find the time to incorporate this into her already hectic schedule? However, recognizing the need for change, she decided to give it a try. Sarah started with just 5 minutes each day. She would wake up a little earlier before the rest of her household and spend that time in quiet prayer. At first, it felt like another task on her to-do list, but slowly she began to notice a change. The chaos of her life didn't disappear. Her job was still demanding, her household still bustling, her children still energetic. But amidst all the commotion, Sarah found an oasis of calm. Those 5 minutes of prayer became her sanctuary, a place where she could breathe, recharge, and face the day with renewed strength. As Sarah continued with her daily prayer, she began to notice other changes as well. She found herself more patient with her children, more focused at work, and less stressed in general. The chaos was still there, but it didn't consume her as it once did. Instead, she found herself navigating through it with an inner peace she hadn't known before. There were days when Sarah missed her prayer time. On those days, she noticed the difference. The chaos seemed louder, more overwhelming. It was then she truly realized the impact her daily prayer was having on her life. It was more than a habit or a routine. It was a lifeline, a beacon that guided her through the storm. Sarah's story is not unique. Many of us find ourselves in similar situations, where the demands of life seem to drown out the quiet whispers of peace. But as Sarah discovered, daily prayer can make a difference. It doesn't promise to take away the chaos, but it offers a way to find peace within it. So, if you find yourself caught in the whirlwind of life, remember Sarah's story. Remember that even in the midst of chaos, peace is possible. It may start with just 5 minutes of prayer, but those 5 minutes can change everything. In the eye of the storm, daily prayer offered a sanctuary of peace. Just as it did for Sarah, may it do the same for all of us. Prayer can be a potent balm for the wounded soul. Picture a woman named Sarah. She was a vibrant, energetic soul, full of life and laughter. But in the prime of her life, she was struck down by a relentless illness that left her bedridden and in pain. The doctors were baffled, unable to find a cure. Sarah was left alone, wrestling with her despair and pain. During her darkest moments, as she lay there consumed by her suffering, she remembered the prayers she used to say as a child. She began to pray, not for a miracle, but for strength, for comfort, for peace. Day after day, she whispered her prayers, her words a quiet plea to the heavens. In her solitude and pain, she found a strange comfort in these moments of prayer. They became her refuge, her sanctuary from the physical agony that was her constant companion. She found herself looking forward to these quiet moments of reflection and connection with a power greater than herself. As the days turned into weeks, then months, Sarah began to notice a subtle shift. Her pain, which had been a constant, unbearable companion, began to recede. It was as if a gentle hand was soothing her, easing her suffering. The doctors were amazed, unable to explain this sudden change, but Sarah knew. She knew that her daily prayers had tapped into a wellspring of healing, a source of power that had brought about a transformation within her. She had found a lifeline in her darkest hour, a beacon of hope that had guided her through the storm. Sarah's story is not unique. There are countless testimonies from individuals who have experienced profound healing, be it physical, emotional, or spiritual, through daily prayer. These stories are a testament to the power of prayer, a reminder that when we reach out in faith, we tap into a reservoir of healing and transformation. Prayer is not just a ritual or an obligation, it's a powerful tool for healing, a conduit for divine intervention. It connects us to a higher power, a source of infinite love and compassion, capable of bringing about extraordinary changes in our lives. When we pray, we open ourselves to the possibility of healing. We invite divine intervention. We surrender our fears and anxieties, and we trust in a power greater than ourselves. This act of surrender, this deep trust, can open the door to profound healing and transformation. So let us remember Sarah's story. Let us remember the power of daily prayer, the healing it can bring into our lives. Let us remember that in our moments of despair and suffering, we are not alone. We have a tool at our disposal, a lifeline that can guide us through the storm. Through daily prayer, healing waters flowed, mending the brokenness within. When darkness looms, prayer can light the way. Let's delve into a compelling testimony of a beacon of hope, kindled in the direst of circumstances. Picture a man named John, a dedicated husband, a loving father, and a hard-working individual. He was a man who had it all, yet in the blink of an eye, his world came crashing down. A sudden job loss, a debilitating illness, and mounting debts. It seemed as if a dark cloud had settled over his life. Yet, in the midst of this storm, John found solace in daily prayer. He wasn't a religious man, but he found himself turning to prayer in his desperation. He began his mornings with a simple prayer, asking for strength and guidance to navigate his challenges. His prayers weren't elaborate. They were heartfelt pleas from a man in the throes of hardship. As days turned into weeks, John noticed a subtle shift. His circumstances hadn't changed dramatically, but his perspective had. He felt a newfound strength surge within him, a resilience he hadn't known he possessed. He found himself looking at his trials not as insurmountable obstacles, but as stepping stones to a brighter future. He started to see glimmers of hope in the most unexpected places. A kind word from a stranger, an unexpected job offer, a neighbor offering to help with his medical bills, small miracles that he attributed to his daily prayers. John's journey was far from easy. There were days when the weight of his problems threatened to crush him, yet he held on. His daily prayers became a lifeline, a beacon of hope in the stormy sea of his life. He started to believe that perhaps there was a purpose behind his trials. Perhaps they were shaping him into a stronger, more resilient individual. His prayers shifted from pleas for help to expressions of gratitude. He thanked God for the strength to endure, for the hope that filled his heart, for the miracles, however small, that graced his life. Through his daily prayer, John found hope in a desperate situation. His prayers didn't magically solve his problems, but they gave him the strength to face them, the resilience to endure, and the hope to carry on. John's story is a testament to the power of daily prayer. It's a reminder that in the midst of darkness, prayer can light the way. It can provide comfort in times of distress, strength in moments of weakness, and hope when all seems lost. John's journey isn't unique. There are countless others who have found hope and strength in the face of adversity through daily prayer. It's a testament to the transformative power of prayer, a beacon of hope in our darkest hours. So, remember, when you find yourself in the throes of despair, when you feel like you're drowning in a sea of problems, turn to prayer. Allow it to light your path, to guide you through the storm, to spark a beacon of hope in the darkest corners of your life. In the darkest hour, daily prayer sparked a beacon of hope. In our weakness, prayer can unveil hidden strength. This is a profound truth that many of us have experienced, and today we'll delve into a testimony that beautifully illustrates this reality. Consider the story of a woman named Grace, who found herself in the depths of despair. She had lost her job, her home, and was grappling with a serious health condition. All these challenges seemed to be an insurmountable mountain, and Grace felt her strength waning with each passing day. But amidst this turmoil, Grace found solace in daily prayer. Each day she would start her morning with a simple conversation with God. She poured out her fears, her worries, and her pain, holding nothing back. She would pray for strength, for resilience, and for hope. And with each prayer, she began to notice something remarkable. As Grace continued her daily practice of prayer, she began to feel an inner strength growing within her. It wasn't a sudden surge of power or a magical transformation. Rather, it was a subtle shift, a gentle strengthening of her spirit that manifested in her daily actions. She found the courage to look for new job opportunities, the resilience to manage her health condition, and the hope to believe in brighter days ahead. This inner strength didn't eliminate her problems, but it gave her the fortitude to face them. She was still jobless, still homeless, and still dealing with health issues. But she was no longer overwhelmed by these challenges. Instead, she faced them with a calm resolve, a testament to the power of daily prayer. Grace's story is a powerful reminder of how prayer can help us find strength in our moments of weakness. It's not about praying for our problems to disappear, but rather it's about seeking the strength to navigate through them. It's about surrendering our fears, our worries, and our uncertainties, and finding the courage to keep moving forward. This strength that Grace discovered through daily prayer didn't just help her cope with her challenges, it transformed her perspective on life. She began to see her struggles not as barriers, but as stepping stones to growth. She learned to embrace her weaknesses, knowing that they were opportunities for her to draw closer to God and to grow stronger in her faith. And so, through her daily practice of prayer, Grace found a wellspring of strength in her weakness. She found hope in despair, resilience in adversity, and courage in fear. Her story echoes the timeless truth that in our frailty, we can find fortitude. It's a testament to the transformative power of prayer, a power that can turn our darkest hours into stepping stones towards growth. In moments of frailty, daily prayer unearthed a wellspring of fortitude. Just as it did for Grace, it can do the same for each one of us. All we need to do is open our hearts, surrender our worries, and engage in a daily conversation with God. Prayer can guide us on the path of forgiveness. This truth resonates deeply with many who have encountered the transformative power of prayer in their lives, including the story of one woman named Grace. Grace was a kind-hearted woman who lived her life extending love and generosity to everyone she met. But one day her world was shattered when she fell victim to a substantial betrayal by someone she deeply trusted. The hurt was immense. The trust was broken, and the relationship seemed irreparable. Her heart was filled with resentment and anger, emotions that were foreign and disturbing to her usually compassionate heart. She tried to move on, to forget, but the bitterness clung to her like a shadow, darkening her days and making her nights restless. The pain was a constant reminder of the wound that hadn't healed. She knew she needed to forgive, not for the person who wronged her, but for herself, for her peace. But the question loomed: how? In her search for solace, she turned to prayer. It wasn't an instant cure, nor did it make the pain disappear overnight, but it did become a beacon, guiding her through the tumultuous sea of her emotions. Every day, she would find a quiet corner, close her eyes and pray. She prayed for strength, for understanding, and most importantly, for the capacity to forgive. As days turned into weeks, and weeks into months, Grace realized a shift within herself. The anger that once consumed her began to wane, replaced by a sense of calm. The bitterness that once tasted so potent in her heart started to lose its sting. She found herself thinking less of the hurt and more of the healing. She was beginning to forgive. In her daily conversations with the divine, she found the strength to face her pain, to understand it, and eventually to let it go. It wasn't easy, and it wasn't quick. But every day, with each prayer, she took a step closer to forgiveness. Grace's story isn't unique. Many have found the path to forgiveness through the power of daily prayer. It serves as a reminder that no matter how deep the wound, how immense the hurt, forgiveness is possible. Not because it's easy, but because it's necessary for our peace and well-being. Prayer is more than just words spoken in solitude. It's a deep, personal conversation with the divine. A dialogue that can guide us through our darkest times and lead us towards the light of forgiveness. It's a journey, a process, a path that may be steep and rugged, but one that leads to a destination of peace and freedom. In Grace's words, prayer didn't erase the hurt, but it gave me the strength to forgive. It freed me from the chains of resentment and opened my heart to healing. And so, in the realm of resentment, daily prayer carved a path to forgiveness. It's a path that's accessible to all of us. A path that leads not only to forgiveness but also to peace, healing, and ultimately to love. Scene script. Science too acknowledges the transformative power of prayer. In a world where science and faith often appear to be at odds, it may come as a surprise to some that there's scientific evidence supporting the benefits of daily prayer. A multitude of research studies have demonstrated the physical and psychological impacts of this spiritual practice, underscoring the fact that the effects of prayer extend beyond the realm of the spiritual and into the physical. Let's delve into the world of neuroscience, where some of the most fascinating findings on prayer have been made. Brain imaging studies have shown that prayer activates the prefrontal cortex, the area of the brain responsible for executive functions like decision-making and self-control. This suggests that regular prayer can strengthen these cognitive abilities, leading to better decision-making and greater self-discipline. So, in essence, prayer could be seen as a form of mental exercise, strengthening our mental muscles, just as physical exercise strengthens our physical ones. Furthermore, prayer has been found to trigger the release of feel-good chemicals in the brain, such as dopamine and oxytocin. These chemicals not only make us feel happier and more at peace, but they also have a range of physical health benefits, including lowering blood pressure and reducing the risk of heart disease. This supports the idea that prayer can have a tangible impact on our physical health, as well as our mental well-being. Moving from the brain to the immune system, prayer has been associated with boosting immune function. Research has indicated that individuals who pray regularly have stronger immune systems than those who do not. This could potentially be due to the stress-reducing effects of prayer, as chronic stress is known to weaken the immune system. Speaking of stress, numerous studies have found that prayer can significantly reduce feelings of anxiety and depression. It offers a means of coping with life's challenges, providing a sense of comfort and hope in times of distress. This aligns with the common spiritual understanding of prayer as a source of solace and strength, but now we have scientific evidence to back it up. Psychologically, prayer can also foster a greater sense of purpose and meaning in life. It allows individuals to connect with something greater than themselves, providing a broader perspective that can help mitigate feelings of insignificance or despair. Again, this is a long-held spiritual belief that has now found validation in the realm of psychology. The benefits of daily prayer are not limited to individuals either. It can also have positive effects on relationships and communities. For instance, praying for others has been linked to increased feelings of social connection and empathy. Also, communities that pray together often report stronger social bonds and a greater sense of unity. It's worth noting that these benefits of prayer are not exclusive to any particular religion or form of prayer. Whether it's Christian prayer, Muslim salah, Jewish tefillah, Buddhist meditation, or any other form of prayer or spiritual practice, the positive effects seem to be universal. This suggests that it's the act of prayer itself, rather than the specific beliefs or rituals associated with it, that yields these benefits. In conclusion, the science behind prayer is both compelling and fascinating. It's a testament to the fact that the spiritual and the physical are not separate, but deeply interconnected aspects of our existence. The act of prayer, which might seem solely spiritual on the surface, can have profound effects on our physical bodies and minds, influencing everything from our brain function to our immune response, our emotions to our relationships. So, while the experience of prayer is deeply personal and often ineffable, science offers us a window into understanding some of its tangible effects. It allows us to see the transformative power of prayer not just as a matter of faith, but also as a matter of fact. Science affirms daily prayer can indeed alter lives. Incorporating daily prayer into your routine can be easier than you think. It's a matter of finding the right balance, the right rhythm that works for you. It's not about following a stringent rule or setting aside large chunks of your day. It's about finding moments of quiet, moments of reflection, and using them to connect with something larger than yourself. Firstly, it's important to remember that prayer doesn't need to be a grand, sweeping gesture. It can be as simple as a few quiet words whispered under your breath as you start your day. It can be a quiet thank you as you eat your meals, or a silent plea for strength as you face a challenging situation. The beauty of prayer is its flexibility. It molds itself to fit your life, not the other way around. Secondly, try to make prayer a part of your daily routine. This might seem daunting at first, but it's surprisingly easy once you get the hang of it. You can start by praying first thing in the morning, as you wake up. This sets the tone for the day and helps you start on a positive note. You can also pray last thing at night, as a way to reflect on the day and find peace before sleep. Another effective way is to pray during your commute. This can turn a mundane, often stressful part of your day into a time of reflection and peace. Another way to incorporate prayer into your day is by connecting it with your daily tasks. For example, you can say a quick prayer as you wash your dishes or as you fold your laundry. This can turn a mundane task into a moment of mindfulness and connection. Remember, prayer is not about ticking off a box or fulfilling a duty. It's about forming a connection, a relationship. It's about finding moments of peace and clarity in the chaos of daily life. It's about finding strength and comfort in the knowledge that you're part of something larger than yourself. It's also worth noting that prayer doesn't have to be a solitary activity. You can pray with your family, with your friends, or with a community. This can create a sense of shared experience, of unity. It can help strengthen your relationships and create a sense of belonging. And finally, don't be afraid to experiment with your prayer routine. Try different times of the day, different locations, different ways of praying. You might find that one method works better for you than others. The key is to keep an open mind and be willing to adapt. In the end, the goal of daily prayer is not to achieve perfection, but to foster a sense of connection, of peace, of purpose. It's about carving out a space in your day where you can pause, reflect, and find solace. It's about nurturing a relationship, a dialogue, with something larger than yourself. So, I encourage you, find those quiet moments in your day. Use them to connect, to reflect, to find peace. Make prayer a part of your daily routine, and watch as it transforms not just your day but your life. Embrace daily prayer and witness the transformation it can bring. Daily prayer, a life-altering practice, awaits your embrace. We've journeyed through the historical context, spiritual significance, and practical applications of this transcendent ritual. We've seen how prayer can be a beacon of hope, a source of strength in weakness, a path to forgiveness, and even a tool for healing. We've also delved into the fascinating science behind prayer, revealing its profound effects on the human mind and body. Remember, incorporating daily prayer into your routine doesn't have to be daunting. It can be as simple as setting aside a few quiet moments each day to reflect, give thanks, and seek guidance. Therein lies the transformative power of prayer, a power available to each and every one of us. If you've found value in today's exploration, don't hesitate to hit that subscribe button. It's a small action with a big impact. Keep keeping you connected to a community of like-minded individuals. Join our community, subscribe now. Together, let us explore the transformative power of daily prayer.